Let's get ready to bottom boys. Bottom boys. Get ready to bottom boys. Yo! Woo!
We are here. We are back. We are here. We are crushing it. We are at the bottom. We are the boys. Welcome to the Bottom Boys Cast. You're riding the BBC. I am your snake daddy, your shit poster supreme, Matt Keck. Alongside me, it's the man of a million beans, the light of my life,
Paul, let's get ready to rumble shields.
That's right. We're getting ready to rumble, baby. That's right. See, it's WrestleMania
Chewbacca
week.
rumbling.
Oh yeah. It's WrestleMania week. It's the big one. The road to WrestleMania nears its end, and you boys are going. That's right. You boys are going.
What?
That's right. We'll be there. We'll be there, and not just at WrestleMania. We'll be all around Vegas. We'll be hitting it up. We'll be watching Sabu's last match. We'll be watching Suzuki fight a blow-up doll. There's a good chance we're going to end up at Midnight Midget Wrestling. That's just something that might happen.
We're going to watch a guy fight a blow-up doll?
You know it.
Okay,
And
I'm down.
If wrestling's not real...
Is this a strip club?
I mean, you know what? It's Vegas. Everything's a strip club. Everything's a strip club. This is going to be a good time. We're bringing the old... Joke-A-Mania Arson Club belt. So if anybody wants a shot, our new champion, Unknown, you've heard of him. He's probably going to show up too. He's probably going to be there too. So you might be seeing this belt walk around too. That's why I'm wearing my official gear. That's right, official gear. Yeah, no live shows yet, but let me tell you, Joke-A-Mania. Joke-A-Mania's coming, right? Right? Finally one that isn't skin
nice.
Like it doesn't look like I'm a water balloon.
Well, the other one was a little skin tight on you, a little smaller.
It was nice. It was nice. It was part of the bit, I think. But now this is fine. This is good.
This is good. What is that? What fibers is that?
I think this might be like Egyptian cotton
Ooh.
or polyester.
Ooh.
One of those two things.
Thank goodness you got it before the tariffs hit.
I know. Are you kidding me? This definitely came from China. This is for sure from China. 100% cheap ass. I think it was like $20 for a big boy one. What? That's going to be what? $80 in a week? Jesus Christ. Well, regardless of that,
this belt looks good, by the way. I don't want to get too.
No, we should look at this thing, right? We got the nice Arson Club logo right there in the middle.
Thing.
See, now this is our social media championship. So whoever holds this belt is the champion of our social channels. Arson Club KC on TikTok, Instagram, etc. We're going to be blowing up YouTube soon, but whoever holds this is the champ. And now how you win this? Well, you got to beat Unknown, but you got to challenge Unknown to any form of competition. Any form. We're talking rock, paper, scissors. We're talking cornhole. We're talking make up a game, and Unknown's going to beat your ass at it.
Well, I've seen Unknown in action, and he's, well, I don't know.
Listen, Unknown has a spotty record, but overall, I would say he's a fighting champion.
He is. He'll fight.
He's a fighting
He'll fight
champion.
the champion. I will give you that.
He is a fighting champion.
He's like a two-time. I think he's like a two-timer.
He's a two-time Joke-A-Mania champion.
Two-time Joke-A-Mania champion.
A five-time one-liners champion.
5 times.
A one-time tag team champion, which was promptly lost to 2 middle-aged men doing a bad rap that completely whooped us. Regardless,
he did shave a.
Oh, yeah. He shaved somebody on
Mask
stage.
versus
beard. Unknown's got a legacy.
Mask versus beard match.
He even attempted to argue that America Ferrara was better than America.
Oh, yeah.
And he almost convinced people.
Yeah, if you have listened to our old ones, the original ones we've had, our old podcasts always had the America Ferrara.
Yeah, that poster that was behind
picture behind here. I might start putting it back down. They're up there.
That's a Joke-A-Mania classic right there. It's from the Master Debate-Off. Unknown was arguing in favor of America Ferrara, and that dastardly bastard, Harry the American, shoved an apple pie all up in her face. What a bastard.
Man.
What a bastard. But you'll start seeing a lot more fun. If you like wrestling, you'll start seeing a lot more funny wrestling bits over on our Joke-A-Mania channel, but we're still here for the Bottom Boys. And today we're talking kayfabe.
Kayfabe. Matt, What's kayfabe?
That's exactly right. What is kayfabe? Kayfabe is the term that wrestlers use to describe the fantasy version of themselves and the fantasy version of reality that they craft in order to put on their show. Now, basically, it's like John Cena in real life. That's John Cena, right? That's his name. He's John Cena. But there's this whole other John Cena that only is the character that you see on screen. Is John Cena in real life really mad at Cody Rhodes and punched him in the face with his daddy's watch? No. That's John Cena the kayfabe. But it goes way back, and we'll get way into it. But first...
Sounds like kayfabe is just
acting?
your character.
Right? Isn't
right?
it? Yeah.
Know what you're saying?
It is your character.
We could easily...
Yeah, I mean, to some extent...
Is your guy in character?
Yeah, to some extent, it's like, are you in character the whole time? But it's also the idea of the questioning, right? Because if you just are in character and everyone knows you're in character and you could break that character and they're like, then you're not holding kayfabe. It's all about...
Old school, I think it came into play a lot more because...
Big time, because they were tricking people.
Right, because they didn't want you to...
Because back then, the idea of this was... There was no idea of like a fake fight.
And things.
Yeah, you couldn't put on a fake fight. People wouldn't come to that if they knew it was fake. So they had to trick you. Now there's a history, there's pageantry, people see the art form behind it. But back then it was like, hey, we want to get these two dudes, usually actually legitimate fighters, because they would sometimes pull people from the crowds. But they're getting old. Right? They still need to make some money. How can we make these guys fight each other 50 times without burning their bodies
Kill
out?
him.
Yeah. So they make it look real, charge people, and convince them it's real. Now that slowly evolved in the pageantry and the friggin' drag queen drama that we get now. But back then, it was definitely about tricking people. I feel like the last guy...
That's what they did with baseball.
Yeah.
But they created the DH so that Babe Ruth could
hit the ball
wheel
longer.
his butt out there at like 90 or something.
I mean, if you look, I mean, even at wrestling, like, it's funny because wrestling was the thing set up to save their bodies, and still it ruined so many people's bodies. But even now, they've got to the point where, like, these old guys that have been around that are like, I mean, they know how to handle them better, right? They're not forcing Sting to go out and be the main event, but he still sells a lot of, he retired, but he sold a lot of damn tickets. At 63, he was doing crazy stuff, but all really well planned to keep him from getting fucked up. And they've learned how to do that.
Did they? Because I remember him jumping out of freaking off of rafters and shit.
Oh, yeah, he did. But they all caught him. He never landed bad. Not once did Sting land bad. He did do some crazy shit.
He jumped off into a table, I think.
They had like 4 tables, and he jumped through it.
And he's like...
Watch that landing.
60-something.
Smooth as butter. Smooth as butter. My guy knew what he was doing. He was paired up with like the dumbest ass dude in all of wrestling, Darby Allin, who absolutely knows how to hurt himself. So I assume he knows how not to too.
Oh yeah.
But all right. But before we get too far into kayfabe and character, how about this WrestleMania? We got two big main events on this one. We got my boy Seth Rollins trying to go up against the tribal chief Roman Reigns, and of course that two-facer CM Punk. And then we got the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes going up with the Make-A-Wish favorite John Cena, who turned his back on the kids.
I have an issue.
I have
an issue.
Uh-huh.
So, they have... If you win Royal Rumble...
Yes. You're supposed to be the main event.
You should be main eventing.
Yeah.
And now they do it 2 nights.
Yes.
And why... Look, we know that it's scripted, right? That they have it in there. He was
So why would they not make someone who's in a main event win?
Yeah.
I agree.
I went back. I did the history of how many people...
It does predate, actually, before the 2-night WrestleMania. There are a couple times where it's 2 belts. And so they went for the belt that didn't main event, too.
Well, I went back...
You got them all. Who?
Well, I don't have them all.
But you got some.
I went back 20 years.
Okay.
I went 2005.
Yeah.
Back 2005, only twice has the person who won Royal Rumble not
Main event.
main evented, and that's
Shinsuke Nakamura.
well that I'm counting because they also do a because there's two different belts. One's for SmackDown and one's for
Raw. Right.
So I'm counting that as main. So it's like the SmackDown main event and the Raw main event. So there's like two main events previous to the 2 nights.
Okay, so regardless of where it was before the 2 nights.
Right. Before the 2 nights, I counted the main event as one for a Raw and one for a SmackDown.
So this isn't about what goes on last,
right.
necessarily.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, as long as
It was one hyped up as a main event. Okay.
Well, right, because it was for the belt.
Yeah, I'm in.
For that. And it was the only 2 times was, let's see here, 2019, and that's when they made the women's do the main event.
Yep,
they main event the women's, which
Becky,
is
Charlotte, and Ronda Rousey did a 3-way, and Becky won.
And the other one was 2012 when Sheamus won the Royal Rumble, and they put him against Daniel Bryan the first match, and he won in 18 seconds.
Yes, indeed. Although I will say the Shinsuke Nakamura one, actually, I feel like is similar to Sheamus. It was really early.
Was it early?
He fought AJ Styles. It was like in the middle of the card. It wasn't near the end.
Because I couldn't remember.
And I think, and I'm with you every time this happens. When someone goes for, because they have 2 belts, I like the fact that means I don't know who's going to win the Royal Rumble, right? I do like not knowing, because when there's 1 belt, you almost always know. When there's 2, it could be a couple people. Now, that's also a storyline failure, too, that in the past they basically set up one option. If you set up options, then you should be able to make one of your main event guys win it.
But here's the thing. If you're doing one, right, and if you're doing it like this year.
Yeah.
Jey Uso. Come on. Let him you got 2 nights, let him main event one of those damn nights.
I know, man. I'm with you.
He's going to have I don't know when he's going to have another time to do it.
I know, man. I'm with you. At the same time, I look at that roster. I even look at these matches. There's a lot of people I put in that position before Jey Uso. And I
didn't think he was going to win.
Yeah,
but
I'm with you.
The surprise of him winning and everybody going, what?
Well, that was crazy.
But then it gets stomped on when you put him as
it's like, but then was it worth it? Because clearly no one believes in him enough to make it the main thing. That's a bummer. Like, that's a big bummer.
Yeah.
And even watching since the Rumble, watching storyline-wise, they've kind of failed Jey Uso. Like, they haven't followed through on that momentum. Yeah. And making it not the main event, I agree. Really put a wet blanket over what's going on with him, for sure. But let's get into it.
Let's do our predictions, huh?
Yep, it looks like you got them all written down.
I got the cards here.
Let's hear them.
Okay, so the first night 1, Jade Cargill versus Naomi.
Jade, 100%. I think Jade takes her out.
I have Jade going to... What is this match? I don't know. By the way, number 1, what is this match? Why? Okay, Jade comes in and she gets a WrestleMania deal right at the bat, but your WrestleMania match is going to be against Naomi?
So I think, like,
not that Naomi's bad.
No, I'm with you.
But but only way I see it, here's what I have down as my prediction for the first match with Jade and Naomi. My prediction is that Bianca Belair comes in after Jade obviously is going to just be stomping Naomi because she has to.
Distracts her and Naomi gets the roll up?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
Maybe. That's a possibility.
I could see that.
But that could be. She interferes somehow, telling her not to hurt her or whatever, and then Naomi gets rolled. Yeah, but then the next night when they have the 3-way match with Bianca in there, that's when Jade comes in
Yes.
and interrupts that match and causes her to lose.
Yes, I do think that Jade will cause...
And then they fight each other at that point. But you know what? That seems like a thing you should do before WrestleMania.
Jade versus Bianca would be a great WrestleMania match. Jade versus Naomi feels like it definitely should have happened at, well, we'll say Elimination Chamber or something before to lead to Jade versus
Yeah.
Bianca.
It seems like almost all of these, and I get it that it's a that it's a they have the WrestleMania lead up. That it's like it's the road to WrestleMania,
but
and
why
so they start new deals.
But why does
time?
WrestleMania feel like it's building towards Backlash instead of Backlash is reacting to WrestleMania?
WrestleMania is the Super Bowl.
I agree.
It's a Super Bowl. That's where you want to be. So at the Super Bowl, you should have the best. Jade should be fighting the best.
I agree. Jade Bianca would be a much better match. I feel, Naomi's fine. She's a great utility player. She should definitely be in the tag team scene for the women. Former champion, been around a while. She's fine. She doesn't have the star power that a Bianca or a Jade does. I think everyone is aware of that. And I know they're building Jade here, but I'm with you. This is WrestleMania. There's so many women who rank higher than Naomi just on the pecking order of the shows right now. I know storyline-wise it may make sense. It's WrestleMania. This is turning into one of those matches where we're going to go back to like Adam Bomb versus Macho Man Randy Savage. It's like, why was that on a WrestleMania? It's going to be one of those.
I don't know who Adam Bomb is.
He later became Wrath.
Okay, I don't know who Wrath is. You are a much
part
more...
of Chronic. What's the next match?
Okay, yeah. So you're picking Jade, and now that we talked about it,
pick?
I switched to Naomi just because
that makes sense.
We've been talking. I switched to Naomi. Her coming in to save, and she gets thrown up. Now this gives Jade a reason to be mad. I don't like Jade as a good guy anyway.
No, she should be a bad guy all the way through. She needs to be that bitch. Mm-hmm. That's the Jade I like.
Yeah,
cut the shit, Tony. That's my Jade.
I don't think you can be. You can't really be a good guy and not be like a good mic person, right?
Right. Yeah.
Because you're the face. You're going to be talking.
You got to talk.
Right? So, yeah. I think she needs some...
She usually does good when she's got a little...
She does okay.
Yeah, she does good when she's got a little help on her side, though. Like, she's good enough, but she got a little... Like, when Mark Sterling was with her, or what's-his-face, Stokely, they all add a little special sauce.
Yeah. Mark Sterling. Oh! The one guy. Yeah, I remember. Yeah. Oh, yeah, he was cool.
Guy.
In AEW. Yeah. Okay, the next match, Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano.
Now, do you know what's going on here?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that this is Chad Gable?
Yeah, so this is Chad Gable doing like a gimmick where he asked for the greatest luchadors in the world, right? And so Penta came back and beat his ass and then a bunch of stuff. And so he went down to Mexico to train. And now Chad Gable's back, but also is Grande Americano, which is clearly him in a mask.
He's got this mask.
Now, they got into some hot water with this angle. They said that his hometown was the Gulf of America.
Oh!
Which I personally think is fucking hilarious. It's wrestling. It's a character. Oh my God, get over yourselves. That is not the worst thing to be upset about. He's making fun of it. That's why they used it. So you should be able to satire things without people thinking you're supporting them.
I didn't know that he did that because I didn't know
they changed it.
Because I wrote this down too. I wrote that Rey Mysterio's going to win, and then El Grande Americano has to change his name to El Grande Gulf of Mexico.
That would be hilarious. El Grande Mexicano, even. That would be so good. I think you're right. I think Rey wins. I think Gable gets unmasked, and he, does the whole embarrassed heel thing.
It would be cool if it wasn't Gable, but that would be
hard to do. Yeah, if you could find someone whose body type was super similar, maybe.
Man, he'd have to be able to wrestle. I mean, I guess it could be a smash. I guess they could.
Yeah, you could do a squash.
Squash.
Yeah, like a double doink.
That'd be tough.
Like a double doink thing. They did. If you get on Peacock right now, they just released the very first time they filmed backstage at WrestleMania was WrestleMania 9 at Caesar's Palace, and they released all the old tapes of them filming backstage that they thought they'd never release because they still kept kayfabe a bit back then. And you can watch this whole documentary on it. And in the match Doink had that night, they pin a Doink but it's not the real Doink, and another Doink comes from behind and attacks.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's so good.
The old Doink.
The old Doink, the old Bella Twin magic.
Let's see. The next one, United States Championship. LA Knight has the belt. He's versus Jacob Fatu.
The undefeated Jacob Fatu. I think we're going Rusev route right now with building a monster. He's for sure getting that US belt.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, he's for sure going to get it.
Okay.
I think LA Knight's his first like big singles knockout. He'll get that US belt because the bloodline feud's kind of over. I think he gets the US belt here for sure.
I put that I've got LA Knight beating Jacob Fatu, and then Fatu loses, immediately goes on Ozempic and becomes Jacob Skinny You.
I like your theory.
That's
Jacob
what I have. So I have
maybe all the Fatu.
LA Knight winning. The Fatus.
You're gonna inject a little Ozempic into the bloodline, and they're gonna become the Skinny Ooze instead of the Fat Ooze.
Is this that one that was in the Rumble that was like
crazy with the hair?
Yeah.
So he got really big in like a few different indies. He's a great wrestler.
Yeah, he seemed crazy.
He's for sure like, if not future WWE champ, he's at least future world champ, like the Jey Uso Gunther belt. I could honestly see him being the one who beats Jey Uso for the belt if Jey beats Gunther. Just a theory.
War Raiders.
The War Raiders.
This is the tag team championship versus the New Day.
So we got the New Day versus some Vikings. I think Big E is going to cost the New Day the match, and the War Raiders are going to win. They've been talking so much shit on Big E. They turned on Big E. I feel like there's got to be there's got to be some form of payoff here.
Oh, man.
I think Big E screws them at WrestleMania. That would be nice.
Big E can't wrestle anymore, can he?
As of right now, from what we know, no.
What if he is a War Raider?
Ooh, if he came out dressed as a Viking, I would be pumped.
Oh, man. That's what I'm picking. War Raiders win.
Okay, I'm in.
With the help of Big E being a War Raider.
Big E.
Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte for the WWE Women's Championship.
I feel like, unfortunately, it is going to be Charlotte. I hope not. I really hope they let Tiffy win. That said, hey, it's fine. I like Charlotte. Don't get me wrong. She's a great wrestler. I just feel like she's been constantly put in a terrible position structurally, storyline-wise. It's fine. Actually ran into Tiffy while I was shooting stuff at Royal Rumble for Slim Jim when they were a client, and she was really chill. Like, she was just ran into us while we were filming something with Big E, and I was like, uh-oh. Tiffy time's getting held up. Sorry about that. And she's like, oh, it's fine. I love Slim Jims. So it was cool. So I'm voting for her to win, even though I don't think she will.
Okay, yeah, I got Tiffy winning.
Yeah, hey,
sure.
Why not? 2 votes for Tiffy. Charlotte's gonna do it, but we still are voting Tiffy.
I'm voting Tiffy.
We're putting positivity out in the world.
Yeah, I don't need Charlotte to get the belt anymore.
We're putting that positivity out in the world.
Yeah, Tiffy.
Mm-hmm.
World Heavy. Here's Gunther versus Jey Uso.
The main event. Gunther.
Gunther.
I do think Jay's gonna win it. Just because Gunther's had it a long time. Jay sells a lot of merchandise. If you're gonna pull the trigger on him, now's the time to give it a shot.
Yeah, you gotta push it as a yeet.
Yeah, you
know that yeet thing, right?
That's his
big
deal.
They
love the yeet. People after the Royal Rumble, walking out of that arena, everyone was yeeting like crazy. They loved the yeet.
If you do him dirty, then it's
if you have him lose at this, it kind of kills a lot of his momentum. I think they end up leaving money on the table.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, exactly.
That sounds smart.
It sounds like a Vince thing to have
I'm with
him
you.
lose. So I think
Jey Uso.
Jay wins.
Jey Uso.
But now our dirty triple main.
The triple main.
CM Punk finally gets his main event. He finally gets to main event the first night of a buy one get one special. AEW. Those were his exact words, so I'm sure he's loving that he's getting his Dollar Tree main event. As you can tell, I'm rooting for my boy Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I'm going with Seth Rollins winning.
I think he's been too in the shadows. They're overlooking him too much.
And then
he's too smart.
I feel like he comes out of this and he's the new Paul Heyman guy.
Yes.
He becomes the new Paul Heyman guy because the other two were Paul Heyman people.
I mean,
and
Seth's smart. Heyman's smart. Seth's a former champion.
Yeah.
Heyman knows that. I think he's the new Heyman guy, too. I think Seth walks out of this thing.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that one.
Mm-hmm.
The L3 got cool finishers.
They do. They're all great wrestlers. All highly entertain me. I'm mostly just shitting on Punk because I'm voting for Seth Rollins right now. I've always been a big Punk guy.
Go with Seth Rollins. I'm with you.
But Seth Rollins is my dude here.
No Punk.
And I used to not like Roman Reigns. I'll be the first to admit that.
Yeah, me
I used
too.
to freaking hate how they... I always thought he was fine, but they would just book him like trash, man. And I will say that the head of the table, Bloodline Roman, since he's been doing that, there have been multiple times that just his storyline has brought me back to watching some WWE. So I'm not mad if he wins.
I don't know if any of these matches, like triple threat match, can you do anything in that? Is that a...
Yeah. No holds barred. Triple threat.
Okay.
No disqualifications.
Yeah, maybe hit him with a chair again.
Oh, there's going to be
Seth Rollins, do that.
Oh, yeah, there's going to be all... No, I think Paul Heyman's going to hit Roman Reigns in the back with the chair. As Seth is getting up, Paul's going to have the chair, and he's going to hit Roman Reigns in the back the exact same way Seth Rollins hit Roman Reigns in the back when he left the Shield. I think they're gonna do a
that's a good one.
mirror moment.
Ooh, that's a good prediction. I like that prediction. These are predictions I like.
Boom. Prediction right now. I'm saying it into the camera so I can clip it, okay? Seth Rollins is going to be down on the mat. Roman Reigns is going to be pulling himself up on the ropes, just like what happened when Seth Rollins left the Shield. Paul Heyman will be in the ring with the chair, and people will start going, oh, no, because he's not hitting Seth Rollins. He's hitting Roman Reigns the exact same way Seth Rollins did when he left the Shield. It's happening. Calling it. They'll never see this, so I'm not ruining. They won't change plans. They'll never see this. But if it happens, you best believe.
I like it.
All right, what's night 2?
Night 2. I want to go to your WrestleMania.
Yeah,
now.
let me write WrestleMania.
All our WrestleManias.
Let me write these WrestleManias.
AJ Styles versus Logan Paul.
Oh boy, I think Logan's gonna win, but I just don't care.
I
think it'll be entertaining athletics-wise.
I don't ever want Logan Paul to win, so
No.
I'm going for AJ Styles.
AJ Styles is one of my favorites of all time. I'm also voting for AJ Styles because Logan Paul deserves nothing. Sorry, Logan, but all the flips in the world don't stop you from being
He's
a
got
horrible
beef. What's
person.
these guys' beef?
It started in the Royal Rumble, and then it's mostly...
Yeah?
Now it's probably just, I don't know, Logan Paul never shows up and is an influencer, and AJ Styles is the wrestler's wrestler, and they both fly around real big. AJ's been in a whole storyline with a better wrestler carrying Cross this whole time. A full-time guy that probably deserves the slot on WrestleMania, but hey, Logan Paul... Got that prime money. Got that prime money. Got those knockoff Lunchables shoving up his ass. I'm not a fan of Logan Paul.
Me neither.
But if he wants to buy my snake hat, I'll sell it to him.
Ooh.
$1 million. Logan Paul, if you want to buy the snake hat, I'll
Ooh,
sell it
that's
to
a
you for
deal.
$1 million.
That is a deal.
Actually, I'll make him a deal right now. $999,999, Logan. That's all it costs. Snake hat, that's $1 less than $1 million. Worth it. It's a one of one, buddy.
Yeah, if you don't say it, and if you just do it under the table, you might be able to do it without taxes.
Ooh. Oh. Rewind. I'll DM you.
Intercontinental Championship.
Ooh, this one looks
Oh,
awesome.
wait, no, it's Sin City Street Fight. Ooh, I just like the name of that.
Oh,
Sin
is
City
this,
Street Fight. Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre.
Oh, yeah, this is just big, meaty men beating the fuck out of each
those
other.
are big guys.
I'm thinking we're going to get Drew. I think Drew needs a push up the top. I think he's a good one for Jey Uso to fight. So I think
he
wins
seems
here.
pissed.
Yeah, I think he wins here.
He seems pissed.
I think you build him for to challenge Jey for a little bit.
Wasn't he pissed after the Rumble?
He's always pissed, man. This dude's
So maybe they'll try to...
hater of the year.
Oh, yeah.
Hater of the year.
Man.
He's always pissed.
I hope the redheaded guy comes back and then they just join up with the...
Oh, Heath Slater? 3MB?
3MB comes back.
Ginger's got to come back, too. He's gone right now.
Oh, man.
He's wrestling up at Maple Leaf Pro or something I saw. He's still out there. He's still out there. Yeah, so I think Drew probably. Who's the next is the 4-way, the Intercontinental?
I'll go with Drew as well. Now the Intercontinental Champion Fatal 4-way.
Now listen, this is one where I don't think there's a bad winner here. Right?
Braun Breaker.
Braun Breaker, son of the Steiner brothers.
Dominic Mysterio.
Dominic Mysterio, Ray's dirty, dastardly son.
Penta
El Cerro Miedo, one of the best luchadors of all time.
Finn Balor.
And Finn Balor, the first Universal Champion, legend of the Bullet Club, and leader of the Judgment Day. Dominic Mysterio's partner. But there's some friction there.
Mm-hmm. So there's... Braun Breaker looks...
like a beast?
Yeah.
He's like, strangely enough, a more athletic-ish Brock Lesnar to some degree.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like. He's insane. I love watching his matches.
Once he's in there, you're like, oh my God, that guy is going to break some... I actually have that down as my prediction.
He breaks something?
The actual fatality in the Fatal 4-way, and Braun Breaker breaks Dominic Mysterio.
Oh, you think... R.I.P. Dirty Dom. Rest in peace, my man.
Sorry, Dirty Dom.
You were about to snap in half, my dude. I'm so sorry for it. Liv, you know, it's going to be rough, but I think you'll survive without him.
But Kayfabe comes back to life.
Is he the new Undertaker?
Oh, the new Undertaker.
He's just become another undead wizard.
Yeah.
You know I love that. You know I love that.
He kind of dresses like an undead wizard.
He does. A greasy one for sure.
Yeah.
His hair's always like in that. He's got that Eddie Guerrero mullet and that dirty mustache. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, so I'm picking...
Dom? Is that your guy?
I think they're going to make Penta win.
You know, honestly, I think they should. I think it makes a lot of sense to give him a mid-card belt while he has this momentum. A lot of people are very excited about him because a lot of WWE people don't watch wrestling outside of WWE, and Penta's a cool-looking dude with a lot of cool-looking moves. He doesn't talk much, but right now he doesn't need to. Give him that Intercontinental belt and then build around him.
I've been watching some of that with Penta. He's been missing a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he's been a little sloppy.
He was a
little sloppy at the Royal Rumble when his feet hit
the floor.
When his damn feet hit the floor. But, hey.
They had him up there. Just this last one I watched, he did like a hurricanrana and missed the thing, but the guy still went out the ring.
And I feel like even when I go back to a lot of their matches, that's him and Phoenix. They're moving
because
so fast.
He just does so much flippy shit.
They move so fast.
Liv Morgan and... Raquel Rodriguez. Raquel Rodriguez. Oh yeah,
she's the one
they're
with
the
the
champion.
back.
Yeah, I know she's the
with the big back.
Yeah. Versus Bailey and Lyra
Valkyria.
Yeah, I'm going Bailey.
Bailey's your girl. Bailey's always
because
been
of
your
Bailey.
girl.
Plus, I like this Valkyria girl when she like comes off the leg and goes down.
She's great.
That looks pretty cool.
She's really cool. I'm with you. I think Bailey should win this one. Love the Judgment Day. They're fun heels, but it's WrestleMania, and you should send people home happy as much as you can. So I think this is a Bailey moment.
Yeah. Women's Championship.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Here's
Bianca's match. I think she loses.
Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair. Yeah, I think, like before, like I say, my prediction is Jade comes in.
Takes
and
her
freaking
out.
Yeah, and then now it's her and Bianca's got a deal on Monday when they do. They've got the feud now, which is more appropriate, and I think I'm picking the Io Sky girl to retain.
Okay, now I'm going to give you all my theory here. I agree with you. I think Bianca Belair is going to get attacked and taken out by Jade. It's a three-way. There's no disqualifications. But I think that leaves Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. Now, Rhea Ripley...
You ever been in a three-way?
No comment. Now, Rhea Ripley... Rhea Ripley has been famously dominant through her WWE career. And... Io Sky is one of the few people she can never beat. Io Sky is the one who beat her for the title right now. So I think with Bianca out of the way, Rhea gets her first win over Io at WrestleMania and walks out champion.
You think so?
I think so.
Well,
I could see Io taking it, though.
I just been watching the up two.
Yeah, and
I've watched them.
Io's taking that back seat a little bit.
Yeah, they keep pushing her every time it's just Bianca and Rhea Ripley arguing, and they just push her out of the way.
Yeah.
And she's not really doing anything to, come back and get it. So I was like, oh, this is why she retains. And
Or
Comes back in.
I haven't seen Asuka in a while. Haven't seen Kyrie in a while. Haven't seen, that group that was all with Bailey. They were all together. Maybe her old team comes out and helps her keep the belt.
I didn't even know that was her old team, but that's cool.
Damage control.
Yeah. Plus, Rhea Ripley she shouldn't even be in the damn thing.
Yeah, I know. But she's a star, baby. Gotta get your stars in there.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan into WrestleMania 9.
And then we have the main event.
The bad man.
Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. Soulless John Cena.
The heel. He's got to win, right?
Yeah. I see. Yeah. I see John Cena winning.
He's got to, right? He finally turned heel after all of these years. It makes no sense to do that and then not have him get the Ric Flair thing.
I think he does that, wins, takes Cody's soul, but then doesn't give it to The Rock.
He takes Cody's soul.
And so now The Rock. So now they're going to be fighting again because he won't give The Rock Cody's soul.
Yeah.
And then that's going to then whenever his deal ends or whatever, that'll be his go out with The Rock.
Yeah, I mean, I think The
Rock.
Rock.
Like at SummerSlam or some shit?
I think The Rock does try to fight him, but I think Cena beats The Rock, actually.
Yeah.
I think.
But I just meant for him to. Oh, so you think whenever he does leave.
I think he'll end up turning good over time.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm.
But.
Yeah.
He'll lose the belt back to Cody at the end.
Oh.
That'll be the end of it. So
okay.
Cena will give the belt back to Cody, I think.
Yeah, he needs it.
Of course, right? You got to sell more T-shirts.
Yeah, Cody needs that belt. What, he came over to AEW and immediately freaking was put into
although it took
WrestleMania.
Yeah, but it took him like 3 years to win. 3 years to win it. They knew.
I have a
coming.
Cody Rhodes shirt only because it was $1.50 at Cargo Largo.
That's a really great price.
Yeah, no, it was a great price. That's why I have it. And it was that, and I'm not Cody Rhodes fan until he grows that mustache back.
I do love that mustache. I'll tell you why John Cena got to win. Because if John Cena don't win the belt here, he's on his retirement tour. That means you're doing all the John Cena dream matches. Yeah. You want to have the John Cena dream match main event every pay-per-view over your title? No, you got to give him the title. You make the dream match for the title. That way the big match is for your big prize, so that when the guy in the big match isn't there, but the big prize is just as important.
Yeah, plus you can't get that close to freaking going over and then not go.
No, it'd be so stupid.
Over.
It'd be so stupid.
Yeah. He's got to have it, and you have to do it at WrestleMania, right?
Yep, I agree. I mean, they've made a lot of big mistakes in the past, but I feel like their creative has changed a lot. I'll tell you the guy, Kayfabe, going back to Kayfabe, I'll tell you the guy who held it for the longest was freaking Undertaker. And it seems like it's because he just literally did not want to deal with anyone in real life, and so he was just like, no, I'm keeping Kayfabe, so, I'm just gonna be the Undertaker over here, and, yeah, so no one knows that I'm...
Oh, so you think his deal...
Yeah, I think he just was super...
Was he? Because he was like a biker guy, and he was...
And that's one of the things I think is so funny, is like, while he was the biker, they still like made sure they sprinkled in things like, yeah, but also like, he's the dead man. He's still dead, guys. He just loves motorcycles now. He's still an undead wizard that shoots lightning at people, but he also loves motorcycles and Limp Bizkit. So, hey, and you know what?
Doesn't?
Characters they need more three-dimensional characters. I
think John Cena also. Oh, here's my prediction. John Cena also says, "Can you see me now?" At one point, at the end of this,
I got Verizon commercial. Just plug in. They got ads all over the mat. John Cena hitting the Verizon
after he takes Cody's soul, like he's taking his nose.
Can you see me now?
Can you see me now? Those words go,
Can you see me now?
Yeah,
Good.
and he says something about Stardust too.
Ooh, I hope he brings up Stardust.
Tosses some Stardust in there.
Yeah, I hope Cody, after he loses to John Cena, has a full mental breakdown and comes
that'd be
back as
great.
Stardust for a couple weeks until someone like really sits him down and is like, "Hey, man, you good?" I think that'd be hilarious.
Oh yeah, I
doubt he would ever do it. No. Okay, so if you had to be in kayfabe, right? If you were someone who was going to be in character all the time, are you changing your name? Stone Cold Steve Austin, real name Steve Williams, but John Cena, real name John Cena. Or here's a fun one. You know the 90s one-hit wonder Eagle Eye Cherry? That guy, the lead singer, his actual name is Eagle Eye Cherry. His first name is Eagle Eye, and his last name is Cherry.
Is he
Didn't change a thing.
Native American?
I'm assuming so. That's probably a safe assumption. If not,
Eagle Eye Cherry. Is that the Sex and Candy?
No,
that's not Sex and Candy.
It's Save Tonight. And
Save Tonight.
Come
Save
tomorrow.
Tonight.
Yeah, so Save Tonight
Eagle Eye
fame.
Cherry.
That dude's name is Eagle, and so his kayfabe.
Yeah.
But Hootie and the Blowfish, don't call me Hootie.
Yeah.
But Eagle Eye Cherry, well, fuck, that's his actual name. So now I don't know what to think. Whenever I meet one of the bare naked ladies, I'm gonna go, "Hello, Mr. Ladies, how are you today?"
Is this bear? Is this naked?
Yeah, who's bare? Who's naked?
I
You
would.
changing your name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think I'm changing my name mainly because I've got to put some deal there just in case I get in trouble somewhere down the line.
Oh, yeah.
I need some plausible deniability.
So you can be like, "That's not me."
It's much tougher with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I should think of a stage name. I think Andy Kaufman used his real name, and he was all about kayfabe. Like, you could never tell if he was in character, if he wasn't.
I don't know. He did that Tony Clifton.
Yeah, he
thing.
did extra characters.
Thing. So he didn't always. I mean, he was very much about kayfabe.
But then people didn't know if it was him or not either.
Oh, yeah.
Right? You had other people play the character. So if the character
Daniel
would
Day
show
Lewis,
up-
he's very kayfabe, huh?
I feel like
think those actors,
I feel like that's about as close you get, right? People like Jared Leto leaving dead skunks in the people's trailers, and Heath Ledger writing the super creepy journal he wrote as the joke. I don't know why it's always the Joker, but yeah,
that's
I
who
feel
you
like
get in your
method
deal.
acting,
I don't
that's-
think so.
that's just
I got a
method
question.
acting,
I got a
right?
question. Do you think that it's necessary to have kayfabe now
anymore.
Yeah. Before you were trying to portray it as not scripted.
Yes. Now that it's openly portrayed as scripted,
And there's no way you can there's no way to
you can't
say that it's not.
Yeah, of course.
Because
not.
otherwise it would just be like a freaking UFC match in the middle there, and it would be boring as fuck just watching them.
Real fighting so popular,
deals.
people know what it looks like, right?
Right, because that's not how they would fight.
You can't pull that wool over
You would
their
not
eyes
fight
anymore.
like you do in wrestling.
You're gonna jump out
So-
of the air in someone's direction in the middle. No, of course you're not. You're not gonna be able to climb the thing. The dude's gonna whoop your ass.
Yeah, it's mainly we just hold you down here until you tap on the ground.
My favorite kayfabe thing, like moves wise, is like one of the main things in wrestling, and that's like if someone grabbed you by the arm and went like this, you're not just gonna keep running in the direction they pushed you and then bounce off the ropes and keep running.
Oh yeah.
This does not just make you run in a straight line wherever they point you. And yet it's the most required thing for most wrestling matches. And it's like so if you can't realize that doesn't work.
Every match they do that.
For the whole thing. Yeah. So it's like
or you just stop and wait for them to hit you.
Yes. Now, I think kayfabe, is it necessary? No, absolutely not. But I think to some level it can affect things, right? And I think that's the way it is for all entertainment to some degree. I think every entertainer creates their kayfabe personality, gives you the pieces of them that they want you to have, because the content they create shapes a character. And so I think like if you're someone like Bray Wyatt, we'll say, for example, and you're playing this creepy-ass character who's doing cryptic things, and then everywhere else you're, like, running around and you're just like, I don't know, a poet and talking about artsy it's gonna affect like a little bit. There's some level of believability you like try to invest yourself in.
I guess so.
And they have intentionally blurred the lines with wrestling where they write storylines about stuff that really happens in their lives. So it's like there's something to play with there. And I think in entertainment there's a lot to play with, but it's also dangerous because if you tell all of these people, this is who I am, this character I've created, that is me as a person. How many celebrities have we seen create personas that then exploded overnight because people started talking about how they were in real life? I mean, no offense to any of these people, but Ellen, Lizzo, those are two right off the top of my head where they had these personas of super nice people. That was kayfabe because in behind the scenes they had all these people that were not enjoying working with them. And it's like, and if you don't show the full self, all you're doing is setting yourself up for tablecloth pull, and you better hope that it comes out and they don't knock all the dishes off the table. That's all I'm saying. You're shutting up for a reveal. You're gonna eventually it's gonna reveal who you actually are, and you better hope that who you actually are isn't some shit person. Because if you created this fake persona where you're like, oh, I'm so fun and I make people dance on my talk show, and oh, actually everyone who works for me hates me. I mean, that's not great, right? But that's kayfabe. That's the same thing.
Yeah. Are you talking about Ellen?
Yup. To be fair, Lizzo, I know she went through some whatever. I like Lizzo. I never really cared for Ellen. I'll shit on Ellen. Fucking Ellen. She was a bitch to me on Twitter one time, so I'm mad at her.
Really?
Just
What'd
like
she do?
everyone else.
What'd she do?
We were in the middle of that Nugs for Carter stuff. And from the Ellen account.
And you were trying to beat hers as the...
Yeah, when I ran the Wendy's account, there was a kid that asked how many retweets to get free chicken nuggets. I said 18 million. He said, consider it done. At the time, Ellen had the top tweet. It was her with Kevin Spacey and a bunch of other sexual degenerates taking a selfie at the Oscars. Now, that had like 3.6 million, so I knew if I got 18 million retweets, well, that's going to definitely set some records. And it did. It eventually beat her tweet. But in the lead up to it, the PR people had been trying to get him a spot on her show. It made sense. It was good storyline-wise. Yeah. She was really resistant to it. She hated the fact she was losing this record. And one time at like 1 a.m., because I didn't sleep and worked all the time at this point in time, she just started tweeting all this like really stupid, weird, petty stuff at Wendy's. And I know that like social media managers run these accounts, so it very much could have just been someone echoing the things they were hearing from Ellen. Oh man! But it was for sure.
She didn't want to give it up,
and they deleted all of those tweets by the time I got up in the morning. And so she was so petty and hurt that her and child rapist Kevin Spacey lost the most retweeted tweet of all time.
Do you think Ric Flair's gonna get all crazy
when he loses this? He definitely wants to be there. I think he always knew John was the guy who was going to do it. He's already talked about how he wants to be there, but he's under like an AEW.
I guess he would have got crazy by now, huh?
He's talked about it some. He's under some like AEW contract that's going to keep him away from it. I think he realizes that Charlotte's also going to do it at some point because that seems to be what they've been setting up with her since the beginning by giving her the belt all the time.
Oh yeah.
So I think it doesn't hurt him that much because his daughter's going to do the same thing.
Yeah, and I mean, there's no difference. I mean, I can't tell the difference between them.
And real wrestling people will tell you that Ric Flair has won the title well more than 16 times. That's just the WWE storyline number. If you actually go back to the NWA during the territory days, the whole deal was the champion would come, their big guy would get the belt, and then he'd get it back before he dipped out. And so the trade-off happened all the time. They just didn't record it because it wasn't an officially sanctioned belt change. It was just for the people in the live audience. They weren't filming it and sending it out.
So this is just so it's just WWE?
And it's not. It's just the number WWE decided to count.
Oh.
They looked at the history of Ric Flair's titles, and it's just the number of titles they decided counted as him being a world champion.
Oh, so they gave him titles that he got from...
Yeah, so they did count some WCW titles, NWA titles, etc.
Okay.
But they only counted the ones they wanted to count and came up with this number of 16.
Oh.
But it's not an official. It's like Jesus' birthday being December 25th. Ric Flair only having 16 title wins. It's as kayfabe as Christmas. Like, we pretend that's when
Jesus' birthday's not Christmas?
Oh no, sir. Oh no, sir. But we're not going to get into we're not going to get to the bottom
Is
of
it Santa's birthday then?
I think so, because we're not going to get to the bottom of Yule today, but
Just
but
a
go
log.
back. I mean, but you should go back and check out getting to the bottom of Santa going down
yeah.
chimneys.
How did you get there?
How
we
does he
figured
get
that we
there?
got the bottom of it.
Now, I feel like we all understand kayfabe. We get what it is. I think
Yeah.
a lot of people maybe don't understand how much they do it in their own life. Like code switching, that's kayfabe to some extent. That's being the person you are at work. Like you have a character at work. You have the character you present to your grandma. We all kayfabe. We all chameleon. But wrestling used it and turned it into a job. They turned it into tricking people. But then, we're not really tricking you. You know you're in on it. But what's real and what's isn't, I don't know. It's kind of like magicians, like Houdini and stuff, right? Coming up with like ways to make it seem more dramatic. That probably not that dramatic to him, but people who don't understand, oh my God, how do you do this? How do you do that?
Right. Because you have to.
Because you know the tricks. That's why magicians don't tell you how their tricks work. Because, well, then they don't seem cool.
Where'd the name come from? Did we go over that?
Which name?
Kayfabe. Where'd that...
You know, I'm not positive, actually, where the name Kayfabe... I know it comes back from the Carnies. Like, it comes from Carney lingo. I don't know what the etymology of it is specifically, but it definitely was... Yeah. It's because it was part of the circus, right? And so Kayfabe was just staying in character. And I think
that lady didn't have a beard?
well, she might have. Actually, probably did. She had a hormone imbalance. But she also wasn't a freak. She's just a regular lady that had a beard. I mean,
she grew a beard.
Sure, she's abnormal, but she wasn't like, I'm big and weird. Like, they put on characters, right? Oh, the lobster boy pretends that but he's just a dude with friggin' the lobster hands. Like, he goes and eats like, well, he tries to eat like everyone else. That was mean.
Yeah, he just...
That was being mean to the lobster boy. I'm sorry, lobster boy.
Sorry, lobster boy.
I don't mean to pick on you. They don't even kill you before they cook you, lobster boy.
Does he have to wear a bib?
I mean, I feel like
It's a lobster.
I feel like he would have to wear a bib regardless of what he was eating, honestly. Yeah. But that's the thing. All the people who had the abnormalities or the deformities or whatever, they're just regular ass people, right?
Right.
But they would play it up when people would come in. They'd act like they were weird and whatever. And then they'd all just and then they'd all just like bang afterwards, which had to just been an absolute hoot.
Yeah, I guess
they could do things
Yeah,
no
they
one
gotta
else
bang.
could.
Yeah.
Contortionists and fire breathers
man.
and little people and abnormalities. Those dudes were having the best sex of anyone.
I saw a guy get in a box once.
Ooh.
Like a little box.
Like all the way in?
Yeah, it's a tiny box. This guy, where I was in New York,
Damn.
just on the street. He was
just got in a box.
Yeah, he was just doing a contortionist deal over there at the...
You sure the rents weren't just getting too high and he had to downgrade his box size? Oh, shit.
Yeah, he was a mime. He's in a box, stuck in a box.
That's crazy. Oh, man. Well, I mean, we're at the bottom of kayfabe. We're about to go to WrestleMania.
Man.
Is there really anything?
I'm excited.
I mean, me too, man. Me too. It's going to be great. One of my
Never been to one.
Me either. Never been to a WrestleMania. I went to Royal Rumble for the first time this year, and that was incredible. I'm so excited. And it's in a big, dumb city with big, dumb things happening. My big, dumb friend is doing a big, dumb emo show one night. There's just going to be wrestling all day, all night. I might even put the snake hat on, walk around a little bit. It's Vegas, baby.
Ooh.
It's fucking Vegas, baby. I'm going to slither up and down the strip. I did not do the S very good there. Let me try it again. Slither up and down the strip.
Ooh.
I'm like Daffy Duck.
Ooh, you being kayfabe right now?
No, I'm, yeah, I'm kayfabing. I can't hold it. I'm out. Undertaker's so much better than me. At everything. At everything.
I don't know about everything.
Okay, you're right. I'm way more accepting of a person. I'm a much more loving and accepting and non-phobic person. But beyond real people, kayfabe Undertaker, he's better than me at everything. Outside of being alive.
Yeah, he's not good at that.
And not shooting lightning at people. And having a
You're good at not shooting lightning at people.
I'm great at not shooting lightning.
Hit me
at
one
people.
time. You
Yeah.
hit me with lightning, but that's
Lightning bolt.
He's done it a
Lightning
lot.
bolt. Lightning bolt. Do you remember that? Mm-hmm. Oh man, we should LARP.
6
Anyways,
times.
that's our bottom, boys. Ow.